Good morning. I'm Melissa Wren, and I wanted to talk to you today about 5 tips for getting started with beekeeping. I am by no means an expert. We are brand new to this, but just wanted to share what we've learned so far and just ways to kind of get you in the right direction thinking about whether beekeeping is right for you. So first of all, I want to go back and touch base and talk about some things that Bill said yesterday to me after he looked at my post, because he asked me if I'm a bee expert now and I said no, I'm not. I'm by no means a bee expert, but he had a couple arguments on things that he wanted to say that he didn't maybe necessarily agree with based on what he's read. So like I said, I'm not an expert, but yesterday he said he disagreed with the comment about the honey, whether it's processed or unprocessed, as to how long it lasts, because there is supposedly honey that was found in King Tut's tomb that's from like thousands of years ago that is still supposedly okay to be eaten. All right, so I may be totally wrong on that, and I'd love to learn more about how long is honey actually good. You know, could you have a hive from 10 years ago and go grab some honey and it still be all right to eat? So that's something I want to learn about. The other thing was, he said he's seen, hi Andy, he's seen some different things about how much honey a bee actually produces. Like it may be closer to like a half a teaspoon versus a 1/12 of a teaspoon. All right, so like I said, I'm not an expert, but I'm learning, and I'll go back and correct these things when I really find out the truth on it. And do we ever really know for sure? I don't know, but I'll check in with some bee experts and see what they actually have to say versus, you know, what we just find on the internet. So my top 5 tips. Number 1, I'll keep this short, but read everything you can about beekeeping. Did you message James? Let me look at your message there, Andy. He's been doing bees. No, I haven't. No, I haven't, Andy. I need to do that. So yeah, I'd love to talk to people that have been doing this for a while and know a heck of a lot more than what I do. But my number 1 tip is read everything you can about beekeeping. I have not, but Bill has done a lot more research than I have, and I'm just kind of getting in on the fun part of it, so I kind of like that. But anyway, he got this book, Beekeeping for Dummies, so that's one resource. I'm assuming you probably got it on Amazon or something, but I don't know. But there's bee forums. I mean, with the internet these days, there's so many ways you can find your information. There's bee forums, there's blogs, there's websites, there's Pinterest links, there's YouTube videos, you name it. Just getting into like a community, like a bee community. I'm sure there's lots locally in the Indianapolis area, groups that you could go to and, you know, be in a forum with online or go to meetings, whatever. And I know like some of you on Facebook have told me that you guys keep bees, so you guys will probably be the ones that I message with questions and just to get advice. Number 2, consider whether you have the right space to keep bees. So they thrive in certain environments. Again, not an expert, but I do know Bill said that they prefer morning sun, so they prefer to have a couple hours of morning sun, and they also need some evening shade. So we kind of based our place that we put it on my dad's property on that need. So, you know, thinking back to our yard, the main issue I had with that is just having kids in our backyard and having bees, you know, all around us, and I just wasn't sure that was the best option for us now. We might change our mind and decide, hey, it's not that big of a deal later, but just with birthday parties coming up this month and next month, I didn't want to get into that. So number 3, decide what equipment you need and order it. So Bill ordered like the full bee suit. You saw a picture probably on Facebook of him in that, but that's one thing, you know, for his safety, he did it just in case. And as he gets to where he has to go like extract the honey and do stuff like that, that's probably more when he'll wear it, but he did not wear it when he installed the hives. But like a smoker, there's smokers you can buy to kind of calm them down, spray bottle to put like your sugar water in as you're transferring the bees. There's a few things for equipment that you probably need, as well as number 1, you're figuring out what type of hive you want, because there's a lot of different type of hives. And I mentioned this before, but we're really kind of excited about this. I talked about having like one of those observation hives in the kitchen, and having it where, you know, the bees can come in and out from the side of the house into this hive, and we could actually watch it. Okay, I just think it would be so awesome to do that. Maybe I'm weird, but I think it would be fun. And again, I mentioned I probably would get away from Facebook scrolling, and I'd probably be watching these bees all day, so it might not be a good thing, but I still think it would be fun. And just to watch like what they do all day and just kind of their patterns, I think would be cool. So decide what equipment you need. You can look online for a list of that. Number 4 would be ordering your bees. So Bill ordered his bees from a guy and had to go to the south side of Indy to pick them up at like a furniture store. Like they had them brought in from I can't remember, carpet or furniture store, but anyway, basically they had them shipped up from Georgia. Hi Kelly. And he went and picked the bees up, and they came in a box. And there's different ways to get your bees. Like there's the nucleus. I don't even know. Like I said, I'm still so new to this, but there's a nucleus. Like you can get them different ways. The way we got them was we just got the bees in a box, and it came with the queen bee, which I mentioned yesterday. You're supposed to get a local queen bee, you know, native to Indiana. So I think Bill's working on that. He said he paid extra money to get one of those. So then you'll take out the queen bee that came from Georgia and put in one so that they can survive over the winter here in Indiana. So interesting process. They show on like these videos how they like pick out the queen bee. Now that I've seen her, I can see that she is substantially bigger than the other bees, but I still think it's gonna be interesting to like, how do you grab that thing, and how, I mean, Bill's like, you just squish it. So yeah, I don't love that idea, but anyway, it's just the way it is. So number 5, introduce your bees to their hive, and number 1 is going to be to make sure that your queen's alive, because if you don't have a queen, you don't have a hive. That's the basic bottom line I'm understanding, is you gotta have a queen. So if she's not alive, then you're just kind of out of luck, I think, is the bottom line. Or maybe those bees go to try to find another hive where there's a queen. I'm not sure exactly what happens. But what I've found just looking through tips is you should go check on them every 1 to 2 weeks. I think Bill's gonna make a pit stop up at my dad's today and check on them. It's only been, let's see, what, 3 days? Yeah, it's only been 3 days since we put them in. Hi Darren. But I think he just wants to check on them and see if they're still alive, number 1, because from what I'm reading online is that a lot of times they don't survive, whether it's weather issues or maybe they don't have their food source. I don't know. Maybe they're just not happy for whatever reason. Then your hive's just not going to survive. So he wants to go check in on them. Yesterday, no, not yesterday. Yesterday it was rainy, my dad said, but the day before they were working the strawberries and some creeping Charlie. I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look that up. But they were working on that. Yesterday my dad said that they were in the hive because it was rainy and cloudy, but Bill's kind of concerned about them, so he's going to go check on them today, and then we'll probably go back and, if they're still alive, probably check on them on Sunday and see how they're doing at that point when we're up in that area. And then it says you should look for new brood. Like when you've got your hive started, you should notice that the queen is laying eggs. And if she is, then she's content in her new home, and chances are your hive is going to do well. But if you're not seeing eggs, then chances are it's not going to last very long from what I'm finding. And here's the quote. I found this on a blog, but I loved it. It said, if Mama Bee is happy, then everybody's happy. Isn't that true in life? I mean, really, come on. Let's just all agree on that. If Mama's happy, everybody's happy. So, hi, Julie. So that's the top 5 things that I would say as we get more involved in this and we go along in the process. I'm sure that there'll be some things that I'm going to say, hey, you can't miss out on this because this is what we learned from it. But right now we're newbies, and so it's kind of fun to learn from experienced people, and it's kind of fun to learn from newbies at times as well. So hope this is helpful. If you're thinking about starting a beehive somewhere, let me know. Like I said, if you are currently doing one and you've got some tips you can share, I'd love to hear from you. And I think this is the last of my series for now, but I will keep you guys posted on just how things are going. And I'm going to move on to a new series this week, and we're going to talk about some different things. So thanks for joining me, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, guys.